You can recognize survivors of abuse by their courage. When silence is very inviting, they step forward and share their truths so others will know they aren't alone. This is the Glam Show, and I welcome you to the show. Today we have a very topical issue that is affecting many people, but people are dying in silence. There is one very courageous woman. I've listened to her twice, and I feel it's only prudent for us to listen to her story. When I met her, I told her she looks very beautiful in person than on camera and in pictures. I have with me today Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko. And after the break, she's going to share her story. I want you to stay glued. I want you to invite somebody. I want you to share the link. I want you to copy, share to your WhatsApp status, your WhatsApp groups, because there are people in there who are going through a lot. They don't know how to talk. They don't know what to say. They don't know who to talk to. But as we share this lady's story, I know it will give somebody hope. And I know somebody will come out and speak like she has done. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Glam Show. I want to recognize my dress, the one who made my dress, my designer, Letido Collections, and then my makeup, Queen's Makeover. I'll share their numbers with you soon. Welcome back, and we are with Lady Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko.
Yes,
Welcome to the Glam Show.
Thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you so much.
And like I said, you are very beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to ask, who is Jennifer Donko?
Oh, Jennifer Donko is just a simple lady coming from OT region.
Okay.
First, it was called Volta region, but it's now called OT region.
Okay.
From Tite Mambuim.
Okay.
A very proud Otirian.
Okay.
Yes, and we are a family of 5. I'm a twin.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and by the grace of God, I'm now a minister of God and running some few NGOs. Yes, and some women platform. I'm the founder of Don't Give Up Motivational Foundation, Don't Give Up Motivational Family, Inspired Women Network, writer of Realities of Life Messages.
Wow.
I'm the founder of Jenny Candy's Kitchen.
Hey, long profile.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh,
So
wow. I hear you're a caterer too.
Yes, please, I'm a caterer.
Okay, so do you pastor still? Are you in active ministry?
Yes, please, I am.
Okay,
I
which
worship
ministry?
with Potter's Hand Apostolic Mission.
Potter's Hand?
Yes, please.
Oh,
The
where are
founder
they?
is Bishop Fidel Owusu, His Grace Ajay.
Oh, okay.
At Kaswa.
Kaswa.
Yes,
oh,
please.
wow. Wow. We are glad to have you here.
I'm honored.
We just want to hear your story. The program is about domestic violence.
Yes.
And many people have gone through this and are going through it and they are silent. Somebody's story could encourage somebody to, voice out and come out.
Yes.
Before, let me say something here. Please don't hold me to it. But I was telling her initially that when we put domestic abuse and emotional abuse, I'll take emotional abuse any day, because domestic abuse, hitting, physical abuse, let me say physical abuse or emotional abuse, let me correct myself. You know, physical abuse, you could hit somebody and the person hits her head on the wall, and the person is gone. But if the person is emotionally strong, you could be abusing the person emotionally and the person could be able to make it.
Oh, yes.
But domestic abuse, how were you able, let me start by, how were you able to survive it?
It took me years and days and weeks and a long time to come out of it. But I came out of it when I asked myself, what do I really want? How do I want my life? How do I foresee my life? What is the purpose of me on this earth? So when I thought about it, I was like, no, if I don't come out, I will die. So I decided to talk to some few people who can also help me to take decisions, because that time my mind is blocked.
Tell us a bit about your background. Did you school in Accra? Did you school in your village? How did you come to Accra? How, just tell us a bit about the background.
Yes. I schooled in Tetema, that's my village, from primary to GSS. So I completed, that is 2003, from the village, but my results were not really good, so I have to go back to GSS again. So,
JSS?
Yes, I went 2 times. So later I went to Sunrise Preparatory School at Howe for my junior high school. From there I moved to Nkonya Secondary School, and I completed 2008.
Okay.
So from there I decided to do a little bit of job to keep myself. So my first job was a nightclub at Howe.
Nightclub? Wow.
By then too I was already drinking.
You were drinking?
Yes, I started drinking at the age of 13.
13 years?
Yes.
People, did you hear that? 13
Yes, 13
years.
years.
She was drinking at 13.
Yes.
Didn't your parents see?
No. Because my mom and dad used to have a drinking spot. So I also decided to try and see how it is.
Wow.
Because the relationship was not there, so I can't even tell mommy this
There
and
wasn't
that.
a relationship with your people. If you're watching us, one thing I admonish you to do as a parent is that be in the life of your children. Because listen to her, 13 years, and she was already drinking.
Yes.
Mother didn't notice it, daddy didn't notice it, and she was drinking at 13. And you got into nightclub. Then it got worse.
It was worse.
Wow.
It was.
And they allowed you to work in the nightclub?
Yes, because it feels like I'm on my own growing up. Even though I have mom and dad, I'm on my own. I was doing things I know I'll be okay with.
Wow. So no parental care, no parental.
They provided.
They provided, but they were not in your life.
It was not there.
Wow.
It was not there. And last time I shared my story, I told publicly that even at the age of 14, I had a cousin who was trying to introduce me to lesbianism. And mom and dad were not aware.
So you couldn't tell anybody?
I couldn't voice out to anybody. But it happened within 3 months, and my cousin had to travel out of the village, and I was saved. Else, I would have been a
lesbian.
Yes, because she used to touch me.
And you felt that was love. You were looking for love.
It was like a different feeling altogether, so I couldn't think of
I feel that this abuse started from childhood.
Yes, the things I was involved
the things you were involved with, the things that you were not having parental care, parental love. Yes. So anybody that shows a little love, you were comfortable there.
Yes.
Wow. And so you were working at the nightclub.
Yes. And the drinking was coming up over and over and over. So I went to the village and I told mom and dad where I was working, I want to move to Accra. I haven't been to Accra. So she was like, okay, you have an uncle. You can follow him to Accra. So I did. And that place was the beginning of my troubles.
Coming to Accra was the beginning of your trouble?
Yes.
You came to Accra with your twin brother?
Yes, please.
Oh,
I shouldn't have stepped in Accra.
You shouldn't have stepped in Accra?
Yes.
So coming to Accra was like you were coming to America?
That's
from
what
the
I
village.
thought, because people coming to the village will be like, Accra is like this, Accra is like that. So I wanted to also experience what Accra is all
You
about.
hadn't been to Accra before?
That was my first time.
Okay. So you did everything to come to Accra, and you stayed with your uncle.
Yes.
How did that become the beginning of your trouble?
I was transparent to them. I'm staying with their wife and 2 kids. Because of one or two things, I might not mention some specific thing. So I went to church. I remembered I went to church with my friend Nancy, and I came back, my luggage was outside.
Oh, your own uncle?
Yes, and I asked my brother, what is happening? My uncle said you should leave. So, you didn't go to church, you went to a boyfriend. I said, no, I went to church. But before that, he was making sexual advances with me, which I said no.
Is it blood uncle or uncle from the village?
Uncle from the village.
But not blood?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So I was like, where am I going? This is my first time in Accra. I've only spent only 1 month. I got a job at Dakuma. And those days they were selling perfume and pomade. We carry it in Ghana Must Go. We go around on a commission. So I was like, where am I going? I don't even have a mobile phone. I don't want to go back to the village. So I picked my uncle's daughter's phone. I called some few friends and they were like, we are staying with our parents, so you can't come. I was like, okay, I'm going to the station.
Station as in?
Tema station.
Tema
to go and
station.
sleep. So I picked up my luggage and I went there.
Beautiful girl.
Oh, by then I was not beautiful like that.
Oh.
But now God has really graced me.
God has graced you. You are looking beautiful. Who said you're not looking beautiful?
Well, that's what I thought.
No, it's been there, I'm sure. I don't know, but I'm sure it's been there. You can't just come
the
out of
hustle
the
was there, so
you were not beautiful.
I was depressed and a whole lot.
And you were staying in the station, Tema station.
Yeah, so when I went there, I was lying on the pavement and a lady came. Are you a stranger? I said, yes, I don't have a place to go. I was like, if you sleep here, so many things might happen to you. So come and join us. We are a group of Kayayos. So he's called Fadija. I'm still looking for her though. So I lay down there with them in the evening, and the first night was horrible. I was not having mosquito nets, and you see mouse and rats and animals and a whole lot of things running over you in the night.
And you have a whole house in your village and you'd refuse to go back because people will mock you.
Yes.
What people will say
about me.
Let me stop here and say, most times we think about what people will say than our safety. We always think that what people will say defines us. I don't believe that. When I was growing up, I used to believe that, Reverend Jennifer. But right now, where I stand, people's opinion does not matter to me anymore. Sure. If you're going through something and you need to take a decision based on what will work for you, not what people say. Go on, please.
So the next day, she was like, you either join us or you get someone to help you out. I said, you can help me. So the first week, she will carry the baby and the kayayo. I'll be following her. I will learn what goes on there. So the following week, that is 2 weeks later, she was like, okay, so I should take her baby. Then I'll use the baby to beg for money. I'll use it to raise money for the day while she carried the kayayo. I said, okay. So as she carried the kayayo, I also follow her like I don't know her because she didn't trust me much with the baby. So I'll be begging. I'm from the village. I've come to Accra to come and work, and I didn't come and meet the person. I need money to feed my baby and a whole lot. So I need to beg for money.
And you were working in Makola begging?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't want to go back to the village because even in the village I was drinking. So imagine if I go back, what will I do?
So at the station, were you still drinking?
No, I wasn't drinking. My eyes were clear. Like the struggle of life was on me.
Okay.
I was thinking, I want to meet someone who knows me so that I can tell them this is what I'm going through. Because I wasn't having a mobile phone.
Wow.
I wasn't, but I have a SIM card.
So how did it translate? What happened after the station? You were still there begging people?
Yes, for about 3 months.
3 months you were doing that?
Yes.
Begging on the streets with somebody's baby?
Yes.
As if the baby is yours?
There's so much money in it.
So the people begging on the streets, not everybody?
Of them, yes. Most of them.
They rent people's baby to beg?
Yes, we do it.
Wow.
Yes.
And you got money out of it?
Yes, so at the end of the day, we gather the money, then we share. So from there, I bought a pan, I was also helping her small, small. The day the baby thing will not fetch, I also carry some small load too. Then we go like that. So one day I was around Lungwa Teshi station at Tema station. At the entrance of Tema station, there's a lady that sells kunkunte for years. I think she has still been there.
Okay.
That's where we used to sleep. So I met a friend. I was like, "What are you doing here?" She's called Emilia, and God bless her so much. She's the beginning of my breakthrough.
Wow.
What are you doing here? I said, "This is where I am. I need help." He was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay, I'm staying with my parents, but what I'll do is that I can hide you in the house, and I'll talk to my dad that a friend is coming for holidays. If he agree, fine. If he doesn't, then you need to go back." So I was in her room for 2 weeks.
And you were not coming out?
I wasn't going anywhere because the father had an accident, so she's a little bit having a problem with the legs. So when he is coming, you hear the sound of the crutches. So when he's coming, I run under the table. Then he'll come and check, go back. And he's always at the entrance watching TV.
So there's no way you can come out, there's no way you can go out?
I was doing everything in the room for my friend to come and take over.
What?
Yes. So one day she spoke to the father, and the father said, "Okay, your friend can come for only 2 weeks." So I woke up in the morning at dawn around 5:30, stood behind the gate, and I knocked as if I'm now coming. They introduced me. I was okay. But there was one thing that kept me going. I was never lazy.
You were never lazy?
I was never lazy. So that day I woke up early in the morning. The next day I swept the room. I did breakfast for the man. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice. The food is nice."
I love the part that you were never lazy.
I was never lazy.
Some people go to people's houses and they take over as if they are the
Yes.
madams of the house and they don't do anything.
Yes.
But you were liked because you were not lazy
I wasn't
and you were
lazy.
doing stuff in the house.
Yes.
Wow.
So from there, the man said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm not doing anything." He said, "Okay, then you can stay with us." And I was like, finally.
You breathe.
I was so happy. So I stayed there like 3 months. And God being so good, I saw a job vacancy on some of the walls, and I called and they said, "Oh, it's a restaurant, they need waitress." I said, "Okay, I'll do." So I told Papa, "I've gotten a job, or I'm going to work." I was like, "Okay, can you take this money?" By then, 10 Ghana was really huge money. So I informed Papa that I'm going to
Which
start.
year was that?
That was around 2009 and 10. Yes, between that time. And I went to the place, Tema Committee 5, a very big, wonderful restaurant, and that was hell. When I got there, there was like, "You don't have jeans, trousers, you don't have apron, you don't have napkin, you need to go back to the house and prepare before you come." And when I look inside my purse, I'm left with 1 CD, 30 pesos.
How can
How
one
am
CD
I
30
going back to Tebi Biano?
Hmm.
So I started walking. So I got to almost to Sakumono Beach, and a private car stop. I was like, "Madam, are you okay?" I said, "Yes." He said, "I left something in the house. I've come to meet you on the road." Then I explained everything to the man. The man said, "Okay, join me. Let me take you home." He took me home, gave me money.
You were not afraid that a stranger took you home?
Not many years. I wasn't afraid. He gave me money. I went the next day to the station. I saw my friends. I gave them some. I told them how life has been better now. I bought the things.
Of course,
And
it's
I came
better.
back. In that restaurant, we were like more than 10 people in a single room, and we sleep on the floor like that. And I was like, sometimes the staff asked, we need to eat some of the leftover from the restaurant behind the kitchen.
Wow.
I had a friend called Mabin. I met her over there. The two of us, we can eat leftover. Because they have a time they share food. So if you couldn't back up yourself and the time is over, there is no food for you. And we were eating leftover. And I told myself, I will not do it again. I will die.
How long were you in that restaurant?
4 months.
4 months.
And I ran away. By then, I got in touch with one of my auntie at Jowolo. So I went there, and she was also cooking for white people. I want to make the story so that you understand how the abuse did.
Yes.
So I went there. She's also cooking for white people, and families are not allowed. So I need to hide in the room for like a year.
And then you became an expert of hiding.
Yes.
Because you were hiding in Emilia's house.
I was.
You had to hide. Wow.
1 year I was with her.
1 year?
Yes. My Auntie Cynthia.
Wow.
Yes. And that one too is also a different story altogether. So, to cut the story short, I decided to go back to the village because we had a funeral. I decided to go, and life was hard because I wasn't working. That is where I met the guy in the village.
Oh.
And he showed interest. I said, okay, if I get the money. He said he stays alone in a 2-bedroom apartment, and he loves me. I've gotten a place to stay.
Did you know him already, or you met him for the first time?
I know him already.
Okay.
He's my brother's friend.
Okay.
My elder brother's friend, school friend, yes. So I thought things would have been easier for me.
Because he's a friend to your brother.
So I just told my parents I'm going to Accra. I didn't tell them I'm going to stay with a guy. So I left as usual. And they never asked, how was Accra? Like, you left your uncle's place. How was life? They never asked.
Wow.
So you see, the relationship was not there.
The parents?
And that is what I want them to know. They shouldn't judge me.
Parents have. No, nobody should judge you.
People are doing
anybody judging you, it's shallow-minded, because this is your truth and you need closure. You need to come out. Anybody out there judging you doesn't know what they are talking about. They need to be in your shoes to understand what you have been through and what you have had to take. Back there, when we were talking before the program, I told you that if you haven't healed, you project your pain on others.
Sure.
So nobody knows what you have gone through. Listen, don't even listen to those who are judging you. They don't know your story. They cannot judge you.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say earlier on was that parents, please be in the life of your children. It's very, very important for you to be in the life of. Create the atmosphere for your children to come to you. Be friends with you. Yesterday, my daughter came back, Gifty came back home, and I said, Gifty, what kind of conversation have you been having with your friends? She said, oh, mommy, school, our teacher will be talking about our teachers and how annoying they are. And I said, Gifty is 14 years. I said, Gifty, you've been talking about boyfriends. Say, no, mommy, you've not been talking about boyfriends. I said, you are lying. You've been talking about, tell me about it. I said, if you don't talk, you won't go, we'll sleep here. And she stayed with me for so long. I wanted to just delve into her life, give her the opportunity to see something. So parents, I beg you, please be in the life. I know we are all busy. Accra life.
Yeah.
No matter what you are doing, whether you're in Accra, you are outside Ghana, wherever you are, I know you are very busy, but please make time for your children. It's very, very important, please. And so your parents didn't ask you, how was Accra? What were you doing in Accra? All they knew was that you were in Accra.
Yes. And I want to say something. I'm not trying to paint my parents black.
No.
When I was growing up, I never had opportunity for my mom and dad to ask me, what do you want to become in future? So I grew up not knowing what I really wanted to become. Even right now, if not that I've been able to work myself out, if you ask me, I will tell you I don't know.
So there wasn't any direction?
Nothing. That was the mistake.
Wow.
So I moved to the guy's place. For the first 3 months, it was nice, romantic. He was drinking. Then my drinking also came back because I was in love. Until then the whole thing started. So the abuse started when I was supposed to pound fufu for just the two of us. So I was there and he gave a call. Please, my friends will be coming. Please add them. And this is what I want to correct. Some people are saying I'm a lazy woman. I can't pound fufu for 6 people. They are men. They are not women. The quantity of fufu a woman will eat cannot be compared to a quantity of fufu a man will eat.
Sweetheart, let me tell you something. If you want to listen to the comments of people, you will not go on with what you are doing. They will say whatever. You alone, pounding fufu for 6 people, doing a waka.
Yes.
So and you are coming from Otiri, not Kumasi. They should know that facts first.
I was like, okay, I can prepare the soup. When your friends come, I think they can help me so that we'll pound the fufu. So he got pissed off. So when he came, I don't know what he told his friends. They talked, they laughed, and the friends left. And he was like, you have disgraced me in front of my friends. So we started the argument, then he took belt. Started beating me. I held the belt. He went inside and brought a laptop charger.
Laptop charger?
Yes, I think the mark, I don't know. He used the laptop charger on me. So my skin got hurt. And it was not easy that day. And that was the beginning of
the abuse.
So I felt, he will change because on the other side, he's good. On the other side, too, his temper.
When you say on the other side he's good, why is he good?
Because he was providing.
Okay, you were not doing anything.
I wasn't doing anything.
And so he was providing.
He was providing.
One of the things I'll tell women watching me today is that get a life. There's a video I made. I said, get a life before you get a man.
Yeah.
When you get a life, no man can bluff you.
I tell you.
Assuming you were working and you were earning money, when it hit you the first time, you will run for your
I
life.
will have packed.
But because there was no income, because there was nothing, you had to stay
Yes.
and continue with the abuse.
Yes.
And he was hitting you, and then he'll come and make up with you and make love to you. And then that was it. And then he moves on to the next abuse.
Something will happen. So one day he was beating me, and the sister was like, "You are going to kill her." Then I ran to the sister's room. I said, "I'm not sleeping in his room. I want to sleep in her room, so she should protect me." He went for a pistol, the one we used to pound fufu, and he was hitting the door. And the sister is like, "If you don't go out, I don't know what will happen to the two of us. So kindly go out and go and settle the issue with him." So when I ran out from the sister's room, I entered into the washroom. And the washrooms are, let's say, it's like this, and there's only a wall dividing it. So I ran to where the washroom is. And he stood at the toilet, and he was pouring water on me on the other side, just for me to come out. So I slept in the washroom wet in the water till daybreak.
What I want to ask, what do you do that he hates you? What are the things that make him
The
angry?
slightest thing, because of his anger thing, the thing you think is right is wrong for him.
Okay.
And sometimes it's about sex. I don't want to. And he's the type, you can't deny him sex. And point of correction, we were not married. It was a relationship.
But I want to ask you, this thing I asked you and I'll ask you again.
Yes.
It was a relationship.
Yes.
And you had to endure.
Yes.
All because you didn't have any place to go. You
Yes.
didn't want to go back to the village for people to talk.
Yes.
Let me play the devil's advocate here, please. You didn't want to go out. You didn't want to go back to the village for people to talk. Which one would have been better? For you to die in that relationship than going back home and starting from square one?
I think the best was to go back home. But the society.
You see, we live our life for society. I'm sure that where I've gotten to now, maybe it's by age. I also used to think the way you are thinking. That society, what will men say, what will people say, what will... I mean, it doesn't really make any impact in your life. Or if you die now, the society will come. Oh, she died. Oh, this beautiful lady. Oh, and then she died at oh, what a shock. Oh, what a home call. And they will be talking.
Yeah.
Anybody going through abuse, please, it's better, like our Henry Gifty will say, it's better to live to live.
Yeah.
It's better you run away, especially physical abuse. Run away. She was sharing something with me after Henry Gifty's program. She was sharing with me that many people reached out to her, and some have been married for 30 years, 25 years, and they are beating them, and they are still there.
Yes.
It's because of society. Please, this life is only one. You cannot replicate life.
Sure.
One time and you are gone. Please don't take it. Like this singer, Osinachi.
Yes.
What will the church say? What will people say? And the
My
man was
children.
hitting my children. You leave those children and you will die, and another woman will come and take your place. It's better to run away. So what happened after then?
After everything, we moved to another location. He said if I mention the location, it's about him. So we moved to another location, and I got
He has the
opportunity.
nerve.
Yes.
To still come back and, you know,
yes.
he has the nerve.
After the program, I've had so
You
many
should let police arrest him. Seriously.
Sure.
He has the nerve to still come and talk to you that you were talking about him.
Yes.
Did you mention his name anywhere?
No, I don't mention his name, and I won't mention his name.
No, it's not even necessary.
Yeah.
He knows himself. His guilty conscience is killing him.
So I got opportunity to go to school in Takrady.
Okay.
To upgrade myself.
That's it.
And that was the biggest opportunity that I got to stay away from this guy. But the next time I go, I come back. So one day, a friend in the house told me, anytime you leave, there's another lady that comes to the house. So I will give you information. When the lady comes, then you can also come. So it was around 8:30. And she called me that there's a lady in the house, so I should come. I have to travel all the way from Takrady
to Accra.
Go to Accra around 2 to 3 a.m. And when I got there, there's a lady there. When I approached him, it was a different thing. He had to beat me up in the room.
In the presence of the woman?
Yes. And made us sleep in the same room.
With the woman?
Yes.
Wait. I want to understand this. When you got to Accra,
Yes.
and confronted him,
So tired.
so do you realize that if you had died, forgive me, you'd have died a foolish death?
Oh, use another word for foolish. Ignorant. Nonsense death.
So, on that note, we'll come back. Let's go for a commercial break. Please invite somebody to come and watch. Let's go on this short commercial break. Wow. Come back to the Glam Show. We are still with Lady Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko. I like the fact that you are a twin. I love twins. So I wanted to have twins. I didn't have, so my children will have twins.
Yes, amen.
I want to acknowledge my sponsors. I want to acknowledge Letido. Letido for my outfit. Beautiful outfit, Letido. You want a beautiful outfit, wedding, whatever, for all occasions, call Letido on 050 360 1959. And my makeup by Queen's Makeover 054 238 3498. And we want to thank Sir Arts for sponsoring us. Welcome back, my darling.
Thank you, Mommy.
So you were telling me that you had to be on the same bed or in the same room. Was it the same bed?
Yes, the same bed. The bed was big enough to contain the three of us.
The three of you?
Yes, after the beatings.
And you went and came back again?
Yes. For that one, I came back and I met the same lady. So I spoke about it, that why should this particular lady keep on coming to the house? So he left, that he was going to work, and I was able to connect his call. So I heard him talking to the lady, oh, don't worry, that witch will be going very soon. And the lady was like, oh, my things are upstairs, so I'm not going far. So I got angry. I went upstairs, picked the lady's things, brought them down, and I bent them.
Wow.
Yes, I was really
then
angry.
That one, you received a lot of beatings.
That is where the beatings came, the pictures I sent. So he was like, why should you do that? By then I was coming from the washroom with just a towel around me. Then the confrontation started. The beat is there. till I was totally naked in front of his friends.
In front of his friends?
So the towel went off.
No, so the pictures are on the screen. Please watch them. So my problem is that upon all that, beat you, make you naked before his friends,
Yes.
but you still went back to him.
Yes.
Was apart from you didn't have anywhere to stay, you didn't have anybody to take care of you. What was it that kept you coming?
If he's not angry, he's a nice person. He doesn't mind buying you anything you want
So it's the gifts
and take you out.
pampering you.
As I said, it's love.
Oh, you loved him.
Yes, that I was also looking for. The one I couldn't get when I was growing up. So I thought he will change, and I was holding on to he will change.
Okay, the he will change mantra that women we tell ourselves.
Yes.
He will change, he will change.
It's
Then
the
you
work
go
of the devil. He will
It's the work
change.
of the devil. He will
He will
change.
change.
5 years, 6 years.
6 years.
So if you had not run away, you'll still be in there by now.
Yes.
Have your beautiful
Over
face
this time,
disfigured.
yeah.
Thank God you didn't have any mark on your face.
Yes.
Wow. And so after then,
After the beatings in the evening, it continued. So the thing happened around 1 a.m. and I have to run out of the house looking for a place to sleep. I took my phone, I took selfie, I called some few people, and there was a house nearby. I went to the security guy. I said, "Come on, I need a place." He said, "There's blood all over you. I can't." I didn't have a choice. I have to go back to the house.
jeez.
So when I woke up the next day, that was when I felt the pain. My mouth was swollen. I can't brush my teeth. I can't eat. I can't drink water. I have to lie down like that in my mouth. So I was just thinking, if I were to die, I blacked out that night.
You blacked out and
Yes.
he didn't even care.
He was afraid when he take me to the hospital, they might arrest him.
So what if you had died? Would the
don't know.
caring thing you are talking about, he being nice, buying you stuff, what would have happened? You know, there are many, the reason why I keep reiterating this, there are many women in your position right now who are receiving beatings, and I love him, and I've stayed with him
And
9
he's
years.
good on bed.
He's good,
He's
good.
romantic and a whole lot of things.
Okay, when you go to the cemetery, then you tell us how good he is in the bed. You know, a lot of people do these things and beating
Yes.
you like
With
I'm your
cane,
daughter.
belts, anything he could lay his hands on, he can use it on you.
No. Please, violence, physical violence, no.
And I was afraid because he had acid in the room. So
He had
yes,
acid in the room?
Yes, under the bed. So it was like that thing under the bed is really an acid. I got it from car battery. So any attempt you try to leave me, I'll destroy you. So I had that fear that he might look for me and destroy me. Yes.
Wow, that was one of the reasons.
Yes, one of the reasons. So when I left, I was like, no, I went to Takrady. And I was lucky he doesn't know where I was staying in Takrady. So I told myself.
He didn't come to visit you once?
No, I do the coming because of the nature of his work. I told myself, I can't continue like this. So I met a pastor, Lady Reverend Baba Jirako from Top Chapel International.
Okay.
And I spoke to her that this is what I'm going through. So she took me in as a daughter, gave me a whole lot of
God bless
counseling.
her.
Oh, yes, God bless her so much. And within 1 year, I started ministry.
And you left him forever?
Yes, for the threat, I had it on my phone several times.
But he didn't come to Takrady looking for you or tracing you?
No.
But he was threatening you that when I meet you,
I'm going to destroy you. I'll look for you. I'll destroy you as you destroy me.
But he had other women. Why was he looking for you?
The woman he was dating by then, he can't marry because the woman is of another religion.
Or another religion?
Yes, and he doesn't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, so he doesn't have the mind of marrying the lady, just having fun.
Wow.
Yes.
And so what were you studying in Takrady?
I did business administration diploma, marketing option.
Okay.
So from there, I became a branch pastor in Top Chapel.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
After 1 year?
Yes. The lady was so good, very disciplined. And ministry just started like that.
Wow. Thank God.
Yes.
And you see, your place of pain always become your place of ministry.
Yes.
And what you have gone through, were you able to tell your pastor the things you have been able to go
Yes, she was aware.
Okay, so that was what she used to.
Yes, talk to me, counsel me, advise me the dangers, because I think she was also in abusive marriage before.
Okay.
Yes, so she got opportunity to also train me up.
Wow.
And there was a time I felt like when I became born again, things are rather hard than when I was in the world.
That's how
So
it
why
is.
can't I go back to the guy? And I was like, nah, he will kill me like this, like that. But trust me, in ministry, it comes with a whole lot of trials and temptations.
Of course, of
But
course.
when you stand strong and hold on to the ways of Christ, He will
When you
make all
stand
things
strong
beautiful.
and hold on the word of Christ, He would perfect your life
Yes.
and whatever you are going through. So after Takoradi, what were you doing in Takoradi? And then how come you came back to Accra? And how what you have been through has bettered your life?
Yeah, from there, I opened my restaurant. I was having a restaurant in Takrady, Jenny Candy's Kitchen,
Okay.
through the help of Lady Reverend Baba.
Okay.
So I started something small. Then I realized that the NGO thing came. I was going through depression by that time. Even though I was a pastor, I was in the house and I was like, I want to kill myself. I want
No,
to die.
wait on, hold on here. After you became a pastor,
Yes, I was
you were
still-
still depressed about the things you have
Yes.
gone through.
Yes.
So it doesn't take just one day.
It doesn't take one
It
day.
takes a process.
Yes.
And you need to heal.
Sure.
Let me ask you this before I come back to, have you really healed?
Partially. Because sometimes I have the fear of getting married. How about if I do and the man change, starts beating me? How is it going to be like?
In counseling, there's something we call core belief. I was sharing with her earlier on. Core belief is when something has happened to you and you think that it will happen again, and you are not able to overcome what you have gone through.
Yeah.
The same, you feel that thing would
Happen
happen
over and over.
and over again. And I think that we spoke about it. You counsel people.
Yes.
That doesn't mean you don't need counseling.
I need it.
Everybody needs counseling. Even as a counselor, I need counseling. Everybody needs some form of counseling.
Sure.
So you need to heal so that you don't project your pain on other people. You don't project your pain on people who have come to you and I want to marry. Hey, don't marry you because when you marry, you'll be abused. Or, so you need to get that healing. And you were depressed. You feel like taking your life.
Yes. Then I was there and God spoke to me. With the pain and everything you are going through, use it to help people. You'll be healed.
Wow.
Then I got the name Don't Give Up Motivational Foundation and Never Struggle
Wow. Don't give up motivational foundation.
And I have Don't Give Up Motivational Family. That one, we are 11,000 members on Facebook.
Okay.
And this one is a foundation.
Okay.
And I started giving things out to people, talking to people. I got an orphanage that I go there to preach every last Monday of the month. So after the restaurant thing, I realized it was slow in Takoradi. So I wanted to move to Accra. And I moved to Accra. I became a caterer to a company. For 3 years, I've been cooking
Wow.
for them as a caterer full time.
And you are still cooking for them?
Yes, please.
Wow. And you have this orphanage that, please, wherever you are down, don't give up. I can see footage of her NGO, her ministry, whatever she does. She goes on the street to help the less privileged. I'm very enthused by this because you did not give up. You did not say that, hey, I've gone through this, so I'll wallow in my self-pity and my low self-esteem. But you picked yourself up. And today, look at what she is doing. Look at, I don't care what you have been through. I don't care what you are going through. There's some greatness inside of you there that you can help somebody to out there. You are doing very well, and I'm so happy to have you here share your achievements. If anybody wants to help you, before we go on, if anybody wants to help you, where can they see you? How can they reach out to you?
They can reach out to me on social media. That's Facebook, Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko.
So Facebook, Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko. You can DM her and it will come to you directly.
My numbers are there.
Oh, her numbers are there. Reverend
Dr. Jennifer Donko.
I want to ask you, how has this affected your love life?
Like, I have the feeling of not trusting a man because I trusted a guy, I loved him, but at the end I was hurt. So I feel like if I try again and it happens, and I try another person and it happens, so let me stay.
After that, have you been in any kind of relationship?
Yes.
But it didn't also work out.
He also started signs of abuse and that kind of thing. I was like, no, it will
Did
not
he
work.
lift his hand on you?
Yes.
He also lifted his hand
Yes.
on you.
Then I cut it
Somebody,
off.
let me play the devil advocate here. This is it not because, like, as a woman, your mouth is too, you run your mouth too much. That is why they beat
People who
you.
know me, they know how calm I am.
Maybe you are disrespectful.
But I say my mind. I say it as it is.
You know, men don't like you speaking your mind.
It's good to stand for yourself.
Yes, but men don't like you speaking. If you are outspoken, you are disrespectful. And so once you are disrespectful, that's no justification that any man should hit any woman.
Yeah.
But maybe you are too outspoken and it comes off like an insult. And so if you are insulting me, I don't have the time to insult you. I'll use my hands. How about that one too? I'm just playing the devil advocate for the purposes of the conversation.
Yeah. So, I don't know how to say it.
How did you come about your title?
I was honored Doctor of Philosophy
Oh,
from
it's
United
an
College.
honorary.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Doctor of Philosophy.
Yes.
Okay.
From United College of Brazil.
United College of Brazil. Okay.
Yes.
They saw your good work.
Yes, and they reach out to me.
Please, production, I want you to maybe project her number if there is anybody who wants to help her in the ministry, whatever she's doing, because you need support.
Yes.
To take care of the people on the street.
Yes.
And how do you fund that?
Through my salary.
Through your salary?
Yes, and some few friends who have been so supportive. Apart from that, I have regional leaders for every region representing my NGO.
Okay.
So we have monthly dues of 5 cities and 10 cities.
Oh, so that's what you use?
Yes, but we are not many, so sometimes we don't get much. By the end of the month, I divide my salary into 2 every month. So at the end of the year, I gather the money, then I use it to donate to people.
Are you fulfilled?
Yes, I am. Because a lot of young girls are now smiling.
What impact have you been able to make in their lives?
I'm able to cancel some of them. I'm paying few people school fees. In secondary school, I have 3 girls that I'm paying their fees. I have some few girls I've enrolled in skill training. Some are learning makeups. Some are learning how to sew.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You use your place of pain as your place of ministry.
Yes.
You're a very strong woman.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'm happy you are doing this to, create awareness that once you've gone through things doesn't mean you should stay there.
Yeah.
You are really, really doing well. I'm happy you say you are fulfilled.
Yes.
But that area of your marriage, you need to look at it.
Yes, sure.
You need to, because it's not, all men are not the same.
I know.
There are some wonderful men out there. You don't have to be scared.
Yeah.
There are some wonderful men out there who can make you a very good husband and make you a very good person in their life. What advice would you give to somebody who is going through something?
First of all, remember that life is only one. To those going through abusive marriage or relationship, it's better to stay alive deformed than to die and go.
Once you're a pastor, let me ask you this. If somebody is in an abusive marriage, marriage is not like relationship like yours. You could walk out anytime because it wasn't marriage.
Yeah.
Nobody has paid any dowry on your head. Nobody has taken you back. Once it's marriage and the person is going through abuse, as a pastor, what would you tell the person?
Abuse
and
is something...
God hates divorce. Remember
yes,
that one?
Yes. But let me say something here. God hates divorce. There are so many things God hates. At the end of the day, we still
do them.
Yes. So God hates divorce, so you should die and go to hell. You should go through pain. You should be beaten. Leave. He is a forgiving God. He is a God of second chance. People have divorced and they are still living. God is not going to kill you for divorcing. So live and save your life and face your God.
There's this scripture that says that if you divorce, no man should marry you. So what happens to you?
Christ came to die for us, renew certain rules and regulations for us. So what is the purpose of his death? To forgive us and renew us.
Yeah.
So he came to renew everything. We can't fulfill everything before we die. We will try what we can, and the rest God will do it for us.
the rest God will do it for us. There are things I want us to talk about before we have some few minutes. But before then, are we ready for a break? Before then, if you have any questions, if you want me to ask Lady Reverend any question for you, please, you can send them on the comment section, and we will ask her for you. If there is anything beating your mind, if there's something maybe you've heard her before, and there is something you want to know, please, I want you to send your questions to. If somebody marries, like we are talking about first husband, and then there is an abuse and she leaves, meets the second person and is still abused, would you continue telling the person leave?
I'll come to a time and tell you, sit down and think about yourself, what you really want.
Okay.
It's not marriage that will make you fulfill what you have been called to do.
I like that. Can you say that again, please?
It's not marriage that will make you fulfill.
You know, the reason I asked you to say that most of us dwell so much, it's marriage. Our very life depends on marriage.
Like the way there's pressure on me to marry.
There's pressure on you to marry because we feel that it is only marriage that can validate somebody.
Yeah.
You are doing something good and you are fulfilling your calling.
Yes.
But the society will tell you, you're a woman, get married.
Your friends are married, they've given birth.
If you don't marry, people don't respect you. But you need to, many people are married and their visions and their dreams are dead.
Sure.
You are not married, but you are doing so many things that even married people are not doing. So let me ask you this. What would you tell people who are going through? What would you tell people who are going through this, who are recovering? How do you wish them to recover? How do you help them recover?
Speak out.
Speak out.
Until you speak out, there is no way you can get help. You can't do it on
Please,
your
I
own.
want you to look into your camera and say it to them out there.
Yes, there is only one thing that can save you. Speak out. You can't do it by yourself. You end up falling, rising. But you get someone to talk to, you will get a solution.
Speak out, like she said.
Yes.
Speak out. Listen, we are coming back, and when we come back, we are wrapping up. If you have any questions, please, last minute, let's write it down. Let me ask her. I have been with Lady Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko. We are coming back after the short break. Welcome back to the Glam Show. We've had a very interesting conversation. And like I said, if you have a sister, if you have a friend who is going through abuse, she said something that said, she said, speak out. Because if you don't speak out, I went to the mental hospital some time ago, and there are many women there who are going through one abuse or the other, who are there. There are many dead who didn't even, nobody knows their story. But speak out, and there will be help for you. You said something earlier on. You were saying to me when we went on the break that anybody going into marriage should watch out for 4 things. I want you to look into your camera and say it to them. Then maybe we'll take your final thoughts.
Yes, there is something beyond marriage. Marriage is not about I love you and how you are feeling right now. But before you enter into marriage, relax and have these 4 basic things. You need to be physically prepared, you need to be financially prepared, you need to be spiritually prepared, and you need to be sexually prepared. So that when issues arise, you know the ones that are spiritual and the ones that are physical. I think I'll make time to talk about these things very soon.
Maybe we would have to have you on our page. You've done so well.
Thank you, Mommy.
I don't know, I'm meeting you for the first time, but I just love you.
Thank
You've done
you.
so well by picking yourself up
Yes.
from the down there, up here,
Yes.
to a university acknowledging you and
Yes.
giving you a doctorate degree.
Yes.
And that is so laudable.
Thank you.
I just want to tell somebody, before we ask her to say her final words, I just want to tell somebody watching me, I don't care. I don't know what you are going through. Look at the things she has been through, from her background, from her family, from her parents, no parental love, and then entered into Accra, her uncle's home, sexual advances. I mean, I don't need to go back through all that, but she took herself up. She's gone through abuse, put herself in school. You have no excuse. You have no excuse. Whatever you have been through, it is doable. Somebody has done it. It means that it is doable. Tell yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And Christ has strengthened her. Do you know why you went through all those things? So that your message will be rich.
Thank you.
Do you know why you were on the streets? So that your message will be rich. You could go back to the street and tell them, I used to be one of you, but today God has lifted me. God made you, and you are going to enter your marriage with your head up high. I believe it so much.
Yes.
What you have achieved for yourself is an example for other young women. God bless you for what you are doing.
Bless you too,
And
Mom.
thank you so much for coming on the show. But before you go, I want you to give us your closing remarks.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here. I know that I'm coming back again with another story that people are ready to share with us. I want to say a very big thank you to my mom, Justine Nkrantin. Thank you so much. For the past 5 years, you have really encouraged me and supported me. And I want to say I love you so much. To my siblings, Collins and Jefferson and Judith, I say thank you so much. I love you. To my wonderful friend, Reverend Margaret, who came here with me, thank you so much. And to my godfathers, 2 godfathers, Apostle Blessing and Bishop Fido, His Grace Owusu-Ajayi. Thank you so much, Daddy, for making me for who I am today. Thank you
Wow.
all, my followers, and to Inspired Women Network. Oh, we are doing so much on Facebook and on WhatsApp. Kindly join us and enjoy empowerment from women. Thank you.
Well, I like it when women empower themselves.
Yes.
I want to acknowledge my sponsors, my dress by Letido. If you have any wedding coming up, events coming up, please hook her up. Her number is 050-360-1959. Letido 050-360-1959. And my makeup is by Queen's Makeover 054-23 89998. Please, you can give a shout out for your beautiful makeup. I want to thank the crew members of Believers House of Worship, my media team, the Glam team show. Thank you so much. But before we go, I want you to put your number out there. If anybody wants to help you with your humanitarian things you are doing, just mention your name, your number, and then they will help you.
Yes, so my number is 024 644 8631.
Please mention it again.
024 644 8631.
The number is on the screen, so if you have you want to help Lady Reverend Dr. Jennifer Donko with any help, please, you can call her on that number and please be of help. You see what she's doing. The pictures are out there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you
we'll
too,
have
Mama.
you, and we'll have you again on the
Thank you.
show. God bless you. And for my audience, my viewers, please share this video. Let it be a blessing unto somebody. God bless you. I love you. I'll see you in the next broadcast. Bye-bye.